What's up, guys? Nick here from Nick's Taxes, and today I have another Canada Emergency Benefit update. Today we're going to be talking about the Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy, and this subsidy is going to be pending the passage of legislation. So right now the government is talking about it, and it's going through the process of getting approved. So hopefully we get new news soon, but I just want to let you guys know potentially as business owners what might be coming down the pipeline as more emergency support seems to be on the way. Before we get started, I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. I'm making videos on the Canada Emergency benefits, so if this is something that affects you, I suggest that you subscribe, as I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date on all the Canadian benefit news. I'm also making videos on investing and personal finance, so please consider subscribing and stick around for those videos as well. So let's talk about the Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy, also known as the CERS or the CERS, however you want to pronounce the C, but CERS, Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy. So this subsidy would provide direct and easy access rent and mortgage support directly to qualifying organizations. Qualifying businesses, charities, and nonprofits would receive a subsidy of up to 65% of eligible expenses until December 19th, 2020. The Canadian website also says that qualifying organizations that have been significantly affected by a mandatory public health order issued by a qualifying public health authority would receive an additional 25% of rent support through the Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy. Combined with the other support received under the CERS, this means that the hardest hit businesses, nonprofits, and charities could receive a rent subsidy of up to 90%. The CERS, including the lockdown support, would be available until June 2021. And obviously, the measure is pending the passage of legislation in the House of Commons and the Senate. So let's talk about these new wage subsidies. All right, so on October 9th, the Canadian government proposed the new Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy, which would provide businesses, nonprofits, and charities that continue to be economically impacted by the pandemic. And the new rent subsidy would be available retroactive from September 27, 2020 until June 2021. And the government is providing the proposed details for the first 12 weeks of the program until December 19th, 2020. The program would in many ways mirror the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, providing a simple, easy to understand program for affected qualifying organizations. The new rent subsidy would provide benefits directly to qualifying renters, property owners, without requiring the participation of landlords. So looking at the table that's been proposed, if you have a revenue decline of 70% or over, the base subsidy rate would be 65%, which is quite substantial. And then as you know, your revenue decline is less and less, your base subsidy rate would also decrease as well. And so they have a calculation there to determine what your subsidy rate would be. But basically, the harder hit you've been, the more you'll get in a subsidy, and vice versa. How much can small businesses receive? And it's going to depend again on the revenues lost. So based on what's been proposed, a revenue drop of 50% compared to pre-pandemic levels would qualify a business for a subsidy of 40% of eligible expenses. And a revenue loss of 60% would give you a subsidy of just over 50%. And whoever's revenues have been 70% or worse would receive 65% subsidy. In addition, Ottawa again is proposing that 25% top-up for businesses affected by government lockdowns, which could increase your maximum subsidy to 90%. It remains unclear so far whether only businesses that must completely shut down would qualify for those additional supports, though. How long will this program run? The program is set to run from November 2020 to June 2021. However, the subsidy will be available retroactively to cover rent starting with the period from September 24th to October 24th. However, it's not clear when the application process will start, obviously, because it's still in negotiations. While applications are not expected to open until some point in November, claims will be able to be made retroactively to cover the period of September to October once available. The program will run through the CRA, just like all the other emergency benefits, and whoever is eligible, that's still to be determined, but it's going to be meant for businesses, charities, and nonprofits that have suffered a revenue drop. So that is the Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy. What I like about this is it takes landlords out of the equation. So the aid is going directly to the small business owners. The second thing I like is this new program is going to run until the middle of 2021. So it's going to help those businesses over these winter months and through into spring. Third, it makes the subsidy available on a sliding scale, so it's going to be proportional to the size of your revenue losses. So far, Canada seems very pleased about the draft legislation, but we'll see what happens through negotiation. Members from Canada government say they are 50-50 as to whether the program will actually be available by December. So we'll see how quick these go through. But lawmakers were urged to quickly go through the law and make any necessary amendments to pass the bill by the end of this week. So that's the end of November, so which would be November 13th. So we'll see if that happens or not. Based on what we've seen from the Canada recovery benefits, things did move pretty fast there. So, hopefully this is the same thing here. So let me know what you guys think of the emergency rent subsidy. Will you be applying for it? Will you need it? Do you think it's going to get approved sooner than later? Let me know. And obviously, again, hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date on these subsidies. So as new information comes out, I will be providing you guys more information on the Canada Emergency Rent Subsidy. But that's all for today. I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.